Hello guys and welcome back to this AWS IAM lab, and this is my second video. And in this video I have logged into my administrator account. That's basically the root accounts, and I am just logged in into my root account. And to log in with my root account, the whole purpose is in the last video I have logged in with the account which don't have the enough permissions into my accounts, and I'm getting some warning and some errors. So I'm just logged into with my root accounts, and I will show you how it's look like when you first time log in with your root accounts. So let's go to this is recently visited services, and I'm just going under the services and security and identity and compliance, and then going to IAM. And here let me show you, you will get some warning. And first you need to, here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 warning. You can see first you need to delete your root access key for your root accounts, for your root users, and you activate MFA on your root accounts, create an individual users group to assign permission. All these are the security status, and these security status, how I will show you how they are going to be green in this video. All right, so let's continue. And first I'm going to delete my root access, and then you need to expand this access key, and I have generated this access key right now. So I'm just you can either make inactive or you can delete. That's depends, but it's this user access key provide the unrestricted access to your entire AWS account. So if you need long-term access key, we recommended creating a new IAM user with limited permissions and generating access key for that user instead of this root user. Okay, so our task is to delete this root access key. So I'm just going to delete it. So status is now deleted, and let's go back to my dashboard, and now you see it's green. Perfect. So let me now manage my MFA, and I'm just going multi-factor authentication, activate my MFA. So I do have installed this MFA into my device though, and you also need to install this authenticator app install on your mobile application, and then you have to follow this process. So here it will show you the QR code, and you need to uh, scan this QR code from your mobile applications which you have just installed, and it will give you the options, and you need to put to the MFA code which will show on your device. So you need to enter two times to assign this MFA, and then you have to click on this assign MFA, and that's the whole process to enable your MFA. Though I don't have my device right now with me handy, so I can't do this. All right, so that's for MFA. Let's go back to create individual users. I'm just going to create individual users to manage them, and let's see, it's this is my administrator for this uh, group, and I'm just going to enter password. I'm now checking this checkbox, click on next. Here I'm going to add this the the policies with these users at the same times. So that will give it the full access. IAM full access. I'm just assigning this IAM full access permission. It provides full access to IAM via IAM via management console. So if you just want to see also the permissions, you can see I mean the policy summary or JSON format. So you can see whether you can see into the policy format or you can see into the JSON format. As of now, you can see effect is allow, what's their action is on IAM, and then asterisk, that's mean the full permissions on my IAM and resources, everything. All right, so let's go to next, and here you can uh, say the admin, and I'm saying it's administrator, and that's my tag. And next, review and create user, and now our third option is going to be green. Let's go back to uh, dashboard, and it's going to be green. It should be green once you enable the MFA also. Now let's go to manage your user groups and create the groups. I'm going to create the administrators groups here. Next step, then assign the policy. uh, let's say IAM full access policy. I'm just assigning this the policy to this group and create groups, and it's going to be great. Okay, it's also now green. Now here is the policy, how you can, how much complex password you just want to create for your users, and you can create that kind of policies from this console. Set password policy here. So enforce the minimum password length, that's the gray out here. You cannot, keep less than 6 characters for your password by default. And then if you just want the require at least one uppercase letter from Latin, then one lowercase letter, and require at least one number. So that's how you can manage, how can you set this policy. Okay, how complex password you just want to define for your users. So it's depend on you. And I'm just going with these options only, and I'm just clicking on save changes, and it should be green now. So this is the process how to change from warning sign to the green icon for your root account. This is the activity which we have done for our root accounts only, because this is always the recommended. Don't log in your accounts with your root user until unless it's necessary. And other than, you should use your administrator accounts which have all the permissions to your AWS. Okay, so I have attached the directly policy, IAM policy, and one policy is I just see it's here. It's showing. Okay, yeah, it's not showing any policy because this user is not a member of any group yet. So if I just, let's go to IAM user. I'm just clicking on here and then group, and I'm just adding these users into my groups, administrators, add to groups. All right. Now let's go back to policies, and now you can see the attached directly one group policy, and one of them attaching and inheriting it. It's inheriting from the group. So both of them are the same. So you can even change the group policy from this from here also. So let's go to here. Uh, okay, and then click on this icon. You can see this cross icon here, and you just need to just click on this icon, and it's asking you, are you sure want to detach policies I am full access from the administrator user? I'm always sure. Whether it's going to be wrong or right, I'm always sure. All right. So now we can't see any directly attached policy within our administrator group, though it's the same whether you assign the group policy to your groups or the users. But it's the best practice and the recommended by AWS to attach the policy to your group instead of the users. So guys, this is the IAM and how you can create users, groups, policies, and attach the policies to your users and groups. That's I have show you. Now let's move with our the billing, and how to create your billing and notifications to get the emails for your daily uses. So I'm going to create here, this is my billing console. I have already created one policy, that's why you can see it here right now. If you can see, this is my monthly date to actual usage, total forecast, Amazon CloudWatch. That's it's going to be used, the CloudWatch service going to be used for this billing alert. Okay, so let's go to the CloudWatch. CloudWatch going to be use the metrics to create your billing alarm, and it's under management and governance. And let's go to, okay. So here you can see this. Just go to billing. If you are creating the first time, then you need to hit this create the alarm button. Okay. So here is the threshold type. So that's my statics value I'm going to use, and greater than, let's say I'm just going to my monthly budget is just 5 USD dollars, and it's going to say whenever estimated charge is greater than $5. That's how it's going to be invoke this billing alarm. Though you will get this billing alarm on the daily basis, but that's my budget. Okay, and Now let's hit on next, and here you need to create an SNS topics to use your to use your to get the email onto your email ID through this SNS. That's the simple notification service in AWS. It's also used for decoupling your services. So this is basically the message services, and that's you select an existing SNS topics, or you can create a new. So let's say I'm just going to creating the new topic. So that's my billing alarm. So it should be always be SNS topics name can contain only alphanumeric characters, hyphens, or underscores. There cannot be two words. And if I'm just going to click somewhere else, it's saying no, that's the invalid character. It should be fine. Yeah, here you can see. Then here you need to enter your personal email ID. I'm just going to enter my email ID, and just give me a moment, guys. I'm just stopping my videos and entering my email ID here. Once you enter your email ID here, you need to just then hit the create topics button, and it will going to create a topics for you. And then uh, you need to let me show you how you can. Though I'm just let's say xyg at that's just gmail.com. It's not going to be though validate your email ID. You can enter any email ID and then just hit create topic. It's going to create. Okay, so you can see the email, this view in console. That's our topic has been created now. And then go to next. Then our alarm name should be like billing alarm, and any descriptions. Max budget is 5 USD only, and then hit next. And then you have to just scroll down your web page, and here is the last options to create alarm. And then I need to hit the create alarm, and pending confirmations. Though I have entered the wrong email ID, and this SNS topic sends this alarm to the different email ID, and unfortunately I cannot confirm the email ID. So once you will get the notification to your email ID, and then from this email your email ID, your personal email ID, whatever you have entered during creation this alarm, you have to go to log into your email ID, and then confirm your that's your you are the authorized persons to authenticate that email ID. All right, so that's how you can use. So this action sends a message to an SNS topics with an endpoint that is pending confirmation. It will not work as expected until the endpoint is confirmed. Look for a subscription confirm email or review the topic in SNS. So that's the process how you can create the billing alarm with with the help of CloudWatch and SNS topics, and you will get your daily notification onto your personal email ID, whatever email ID you have used, whether your personal or the professional. So this is the process to create billing alarm. Okay, guys, thank you.